Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we're looking at Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 4. And this is written by Cullen Bunn. That is by, apologies, let me get my camera a little bit straight. Johanna Natalie. Art by Baldemar Rivas. Editor Jake Williams, and colors by Andrew Dullhouse. So apologies if I got any of those names wrong. So the Power Rangers have Kaiju powers. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but they have these, and they are learning very quickly that these energies are very powerful, and their weapons have been upgraded, and they can do all sorts of cool things, much to the disappointment of reader and astronomer and the monsters that they are fighting. So on the dark ship, which I've forgotten its name very annoyingly, as in space is one of my favorite seasons, so that's quite embarrassing. Hey, I like embarrassing myself. It's funny, right? Or not, or just gonna carry on because I'm making a hill out of a mole hill here. Anyway, right, stop, carry on. So White Ranger and Jaguar are racing to free the other multiverse Rangers. White Ranger questions if he's up to it, and their friend behind the computer assures them that he is. So, however, they find power coins and not actual Rangers to save. So then we enter Goldar. He's like, "You really think that Rita wouldn't let me join her in this battle? I'm always by her side." And he's very, very adamant that he wants to destroy the tin can. So Goldar actually has a good go in this as well. And it looks like he's got his wings there, which is really bizarre. He really has a good go in terms of taking out the White Ranger and Jaguar, and White Ranger calls on Green Ranger, who is nowhere at sight. He wasn't with the Rangers on the ground, however, somehow he's been getting the KG energies, or Kaiju, however it's pronounced. He's been getting those energies, so he comes flying in to save the day. So it's time to gather the power coins and find the imprisoned Rangers. Meanwhile, the Rangers are making short work of the monsters on Earth, and they even use the power weapon, which is very, very cool. So Rita makes their monsters grow. They call the Kaiju Zords. Maybe I pronounced it better then. And they come flying in. So the Zords have been changed as well, magically. And they've all got new names, which all of a sudden they know. Typical Power Rangers, right? They know it already very easily. No training. They just get on with it. And just magically come up with King, Caesar, roaring and ready. Barragan, powered up. Mothra, go. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. So, Astronomer and Rita Repulsa are arguing, as always, which has been the common theme across this. And Rita's like, said, "I've been here for eons." And Astronomer's like, "Well, he surely would have learnt how to be, you grow up by now, you know." And it's great. And I love how I said it again, Rita's face in this is just pitch perfect, etc. So they know they've got intruders. So Astronomer's going to go deal with them. White Ranger realizes he's out of time to track down the Rangers. Green Ranger calls on the power off Dragon Zord, and it looks like Godzilla is in there. One of my biggest gripes about this issue is that actually that is the only time we actually get to see Godzilla, and it is meant to be a Godzilla book as well as a Power Ranger book. Now, don't get me wrong, it's cool that we're seeing these Kaiju Zords, etc., but I would have liked a little bit more of Godzilla, even if it was on the ground fighting with the Rangers and the monsters. They could have done a scene and then he flies off. You know, I know pages are probably at a premium here, but I feel like that just would have made me a bit more happy. And it's nice to see Tommy in the cockpit as well. So the Rangers are doing well individually, and then the Psycho Rangers up. And Jason is trying to get the team to say, you know, they haven't faced us. And meanwhile, the Power Zord is getting done as well. And then the fairies, I can't remember their names. And that's probably because I don't read Godzilla. If I read Godzilla all the time, perhaps I would understand who I remember these names a little bit better. So I do apologize for that, because most of these know that I'm more of a Power Ranger fan than a Godzilla fan. So they are going to link up, and then the issue ends up with, let's go Kaiju, whatever it's called, Megazord. And that's how it ends. So it doesn't end on a cliffhanger as perhaps past issues, which I think for me would have been better to show that they're in trouble. I mean, they could have even done that final scene with, oh man, we're in trouble now. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, we know that we won't believe it. We know that they're going to form a very cool Megazord, but I just thought that's just my 2 pence. You know, that's what I like about comics. I like them ending in a way that I'm like, oh my goodness, how are they going to get through this? So there we go. So another issue off there. So that Godzilla, which is disappointing, but I'm hoping Godzilla plays a big part in that final 5th issue. I think it's only 5 issues and not 6. Same as round 1. It's okay. I like this better than I thought I did. I was... sometimes you start thinking things before you do a review. And I thought in my mind I was going to be saying, this hasn't been as good as the first Godzilla outing. But, you know, Callum's done a really good job. I like this issue quite a bit. I did wonder where Green Ranger is. I at some point I thought, hey, have they got rid of, has he forgot that he's got a Green Ranger? Because in my mind, the Green Ranger was somewhere getting his additional powers. It seemed a bit bizarre, but hey, it is what it is. It's comic book, it's fantasy, it's sci-fi, whatever you want to call it. That's what these things do. Do what you want in comics. I do love the fact that you can almost do what you want with it, within reason of violence and all that stuff. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thanks to everybody that subscribed to my channel already. Appreciate you guys a great deal. Guys, ladies, everybody. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.